You talked about Viktor Frankl. When I wrote Maps of Meaning, I said, well, I was interested in malevolence. Uh, I was deeply affected by the accounts I'd read of what happened in the Second World War and in Germany and what happened in the Soviet Union and in China. These horror shows that characterized the 20th century. Constrained malevolence. And so if you study malevolence, you start to understand what the opposite of that is. The opposite of malevolence is something like the hero's journey. And it's easy to be cynical about that, but well, it's not that easy, because if you're cynical about that, then you undermine your own life. And everyone knows this. This is the other thing that's so interesting. Everyone knows this. You never teach someone you love to lie. You're always appalled if you have a son or daughter. You're always appalled if they don't tell the truth. You know in the deepest part of your heart that if you don't tell the truth, the world falls apart. And that's actually true. I talked about unearned wisdom. It's no trivial matter to understand that. Dostoevsky said everyone is responsible for everything that happens to them and everything that happens to everyone else as well. And, that's an insane statement. And he was a very extreme person, but it's also true. And I think that's part of what people get a glimpse of when they have a hallucinogenic induced religious experience. It's like, there's a lot more resting on you than you think. And you know that. You don't wake up in the morning berating yourself for telling the truth. You wake up at 4 a.m. berating yourself for violating your conscience. And classically, in at least in some strains of Christian thinking, conscience is associated with Christ or with the Holy Spirit. It's the voice of God within. And I'm aware of all the criticisms of ideas like that, but it's really something that you can't control your conscience. So what is it exactly? It's not you. You're responsible to it. It holds you accountable. It transcends you. So what is it? Well, if you think it's nothing, well, violate it for a while and see what happens. So, I hope what I wrote in Beyond Order is true. And if it's true, it should do some good. Because what's true does good. At least that's the hope.